I'm Newswatch reporter Jordan Massey, and today we are joined by Eli Lev, who is a musician hailing all the way from Boonesboro, Maryland. And so I'm very excited to have you here joining us in studio today. And so just to start things off a little bit, could you share a little bit about your experience as a musician and how long you've been making music exactly?
Yeah, I've been a musician full-time for 4 years now. I'm actually a career educator. I taught 8th grade English on the Navajo Nation in northern Arizona. I taught abroad in Israel and Andorra. Came back, but then picked up a guitar, and now I'm singing songs around the country. So.
Absolutely. And so what inspired you to start making music in the first place? And then can you talk a little bit about some of the creative inspiration behind your latest project, Walk, Talk, Dance, Sing?
Absolutely. My mother is a singer and piano player. My dad plays the oboe and also sings. So I came from a musical family, so that was always there. I was in a random, high school band, and, cover band, like around that. So music has always been part of my life. But just recently I decided to take the leap of faith and do music full time. And that was really hard, during the pandemic when everything shut down. So my latest release is Walk, Talk, Dance, Sing, and that was kind of like a pandemic mixtape, if you will. Where all of my original songs that came out during that period are put on one project.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then how would you describe your music style, and what type of themes do you like to discuss in the music that you make?
My music is all about good vibes. So what I'm hoping to do is to get people smiling and snapping and clapping along and kind of break down the walls that we perceive are between us and really kind of bring out the humanity and connection that we all have.
Absolutely. And so I see that you're a Maryland native. Can you talk a little bit about what brought you to West Virginia for this performance at Empty Glass?
Yeah, this is actually the last week of tour. So I've been on the road for about 7 weeks. I've been to Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, all the way out to Omaha, Nebraska. And then I've kind of brought my way back to the East Coast. So I'm about 2 or 3 days left on tour. So this is kind of like the victory lap for me. So.
Oh, wow. And so how does that feel? Can you talk a little bit about some of that experience, kind of just touring across the country and what that's been like for you?
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Pretty much I'm driving maybe 4 to 6 hours between venues, but the actual response to the songs has been amazing. So being able to share my own creations to people and just seeing them light up, and really enjoy that has been incredibly rewarding. So I'm already planning a summer and fall tour. I've got the bug, so yeah, we're going for it.
Absolutely. And so have you been touring by yourself, or have you been bringing other people with you as well, or how does that kind of work?
So this tour is solo, but I do tour as a duo sometimes, which is nice. So I'll have folks help me with driving, and it's a little bit nicer to have some company. But yeah, this tour has just been solo. So it's been been like 60 days on the road and playing shows and sharing music.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what are you kind of hoping that people will take away from your performance at Empty Glass later tonight?
So Empty Glass seems to me like really open for original music, which is great. I'm really excited about that. A lot of my shows sometimes will have a mix of covers and originals, but I'm excited tonight to really kind of show what I've been working on, share some new songs as well that are coming on my next project, and hang out with the good folks here.
Yeah, absolutely. And then did you have any additional comments that you wanted to add, or anything that you want the people to know about your performance later on?
Yeah, so if you're coming to Empty Glass, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be sharing songs from my 4 Directions project and songs from Walk, Talk, Dance, Sing. I'm also going to be trying some new ones out. So if you want to be the first to hear some new songs, come on out, and happy to see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. And then, as we discussed before, you said that you wanted to do an on-air performance. So
love to.
If you're ready to do that, we can go on ahead and get that set up.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, of course.
This song is called Growing Up and Growing Down, and it's about putting down roots before you can grow up. Here we go. Coming back to my hometown, back to the start of the road, growing up, growing down. I really know. As my circle comes to gather around me and my feet find the ground, I've been growing up far too long. Now it's time to start growing down. Woo! Same tunes call out from the radio, but no one seems to mind. All my shoes all right where I left them. The clocks keep ticking time. The world turns, but that house stands still. That eastern wind still blows. Growing up, growing down, it's all I really know. I found a million ways to lose myself, but here I know my way around. I've been growing up far too long. Now it's time to start growing down. Now it's time to start growing down. Yoo-hoo.